Hello everyone, hope everyone's having a great day. I'm going to try out the new Moroccanoil colour masks. So I'm going to be very brave and I'm going to try the pink. I'm not going to try the full intensity of the pink, but I'm going to dilute it a little bit. But first, before I do that, I spoke about the dream filter already. So I'm going to use the dream filter first before I apply the pink to the hair. Now my blend is fairly clean already, but I just want to, just in case there's any little bit of dull parts anywhere, I just want to prep the hair before I actually use the Moroccanoil colour mask. So with these masks, right, they come in 7 different shades. There is a platinum for a blonde, there's a champagne for a blonde, there is rose gold for a blonde, there is pink for a blonde, which is this one, and there is a blue aquamarine for blondes as well. Now there's also a Bordeaux and the Coca, and they're for brunettes. So there's 7 shades in total. So they're a deep conditioning mask, but there is colour deposited inside the mask. So what that's going to do for your hair then, it's going to condition the hair and it's also going to colour the hair. Now it's not going to cover greys, even though one of the girls that had tried one out for me, she tried the Coke in it and she said she had a few greys and it did cover it, but they're not designed to cover grey, just to let you know that. So right, what you're going to need is, I would highly recommend you to use the dream filter beforehand, because that's going to take out any minerals that are lodged in the hair as well from the hard water. And if there's any build-up of toner, it just preps the hair and leaves a blank canvas for when you do your colour. Great as well before you come into the salon to get your colour done when you come back to use this. So what you're going to need is dream filter. Now you don't have to use it, but I would highly recommend you using it first. I'm going to use the pink in the Moroccanoil colour mask, and you will need your comb, and you are going to need no, you don't need to with all the other shades. It's just the pink and the blues. Personally, especially with the pink, I love pinks and purples, but I don't want it as intense as what this one is. So I'm going to dilute mine today because I only just want a little bit of a shimmer coming through on mine. So I'm going to use Smart Bond. So I'm kind of breaking the rules here, 2 different brands. So I'm going to put some of this into the bowl and I'm going to mix it with this, but I'll show you later. But first things first, I'm going to use the dream filter. So with the dream filter, now I'm going to use the salon size because I have that one open and this one hasn't been used yet, but this is the one, if you're going to buy, it's this size. What you're going to do is you're going to section the hair underneath and you're going to work your way up, so you'll need a grip. So you need a grip, just to grip it up, and you're going to saturate the hair the whole way through. Really saturate right into the hair, because if you leave it too dry, it's not going to do its job. So you have to make sure that that hair is really covered. So you're going to comb each section. So each section that you take down, you're going to comb it through. A wide 2 comb is best, because when you don't want to use a comb that's really tight with these teeth that are really close together, because you'll only pull at the hair, and especially if there's damage in the hair already. To work from the bottom and work your way up, because it's so much easier, because if you start from the top, you have this section done and then you're trying to work underneath that. So it's always best to work from underneath, work your way up, and you're going to saturate the hair. And don't forget to comb each section through as you're going along, because this is going to evenly distribute the product throughout the hair. So as you can see, my hair is completely saturated in the product. You need to have it like this, because if it's too dry, you're going to be after missing parts and you're not going to get that even result all over. So I'm going to leave, now it says on the bottle to leave this for 1 to 3 minutes, but I'm actually going to leave it for about 5 to 7 minutes, maybe about 7 minutes. I just prefer to use it that way, just to give it that little bit longer, because in some parts my hair does look really clean on the outer layer, but underneath it can be really, it's a little bit brassy and there is a bit of build up of toner as well. So I'm going to leave that for 7 minutes and I'm going to come back to you again. Right, so with the first step done, the dream filter, saturated the hair, left it in for about 7 minutes and rinsed it out. So when you rinse it out, you'll just use your shampoo. Now I use the Blonde Absolute range, the violet shampoo in the Blonde Absolute, in the Kerastase range. So I shampooed out with that. You don't use any conditioner, because your mask that you're going to use, your Moroccanoil colour mask, is a deep conditioning mask as well, and it also has argan oil in it, so really conditioning on the hair. So what I've done, I have a pre-mixed here now already. I've used my Smart Bond and I've only used just a tiny bit of the pink colour mask. And you're diluting the actual tone, you will need some sort of a bowl, so any bowl at all from your kitchen, and I'll show you as we go on there how you can apply without a brush. If you're using it straight from the bottle, you just flip this open and you could still put it into a bowl. It'll probably be less messy and you can use it with your hand and put it on, and I'll talk you through the steps there in a couple of minutes. Now, so you'll have your comb, and you'll also need a grip. It's just for neater application. So we're going to work from the bottom, section off that hair. Actually, it's a good idea as well to put a towel or something around you, because the colour can be fairly messy and you don't want any stainage on your clothes. So an old towel, tuck it right in, protect your clothes, and you can start applying. So we're going to section the hair from underneath. I'm going to pin that up. If you don't have a brush, you can just use your hand. You will need gloves as well, so any form of disposable gloves will do. And you can just pick it up in your fingers and work it into the ends. And when you have it on, just bring it through like this. We're going to comb it through anyway, and just continue that the whole way up till you have the whole head covered. So I've that applied everywhere, and I'm going to leave it now for about up to about 10 minutes, I'd say, because this is really pastel. Now this is my first time ever using this, so I don't know what way it's going to turn out till I actually rinse it, because I only used just a little bit. I'm not brave enough to do the full strong pink, because it's really intense, and that's just not me. I prefer just like a softer hue of pink or purples. Now it's really important that you comb each section through as you're working up through the head, just to make sure that the product is evenly distributed throughout the hair, because if you don't comb it you can end up with patchy results, and you don't want that. The shine from these as well is absolutely amazing. I've seen the results from what other people have been getting, so this is my first time using them, so it's a good test, especially for the pinks. So for anybody out there that's blonde and they just want to add a slight pop of colour to their hair, the pink, the softer you go, the less time you're going to get out of it. So we'll see. This will be a test now to see how long this will actually last in my hair. Now it also depends on the condition of your hair as well, and how light your hair is to begin with. But usually very soft pastel colours, they'll only last maybe, like I'm always using like the purple in with my my Smart Bond as well, and that normally can only last like, I'd say around 2 shampoos, maybe 2 goes. I might only get 2 weeks out of it, but gradually it'll fade out of the hair. So it's brilliant that you nearly have a different colour every time when you wash your hair. That's what I like about it. And it's great as well just to play around, and if it's not permanent, so it's a good bit of fun. This is the end result, really subtle, which is what I wanted. I didn't want a really strong pink because it's just not for me. So this shimmer of pink, I just love it. This will only last probably, I'd say, about 2 washes, but nice and subtle. So the products that I used was the Colour Wow Dream Filter to start, because that acts like a magnet and it takes out anything that's in the hair that shouldn't be there, as like any minerals from hard water or any build up toner. Then I used the pink in the Moroccanoil colour mask, but I diluted it with the Smart Bond. So you can use any conditioner when you are doing that, but just make sure that it's white, and the colour that you see in the bowl is most likely the colour that it's going to turn out, that it'll turn out looking like. So I only used just a tiny bit of that. You would have seen it in one of the previous videos there. So hope you're going to be brave enough and try something. There's 7 shades in the Moroccanoil colour mask, and they're €34, and they're all available on our online shop at www.oxygenhairdesign.com. Once you have your colour mask applied then to your hair, you're just going to leave it on then for around, I left mine on here for 10 minutes because it's really subtle, and I knew that it wouldn't really grab because I didn't go with the full intensity of the pink. But you can leave it on from anything to 5 to 10 minutes, totally up to you, all depending on the intensity that you want. And then when you're rinsing it out, you don't shampoo it out, because these only last just a couple of washes. So because it's a treatment, it acts like your conditioner or deep conditioning mask. There's no need to shampoo it out, because you'll be after shampooing the hair beforehand, and then you're just going to rinse out your mask. So just make sure you give it a good rinse to make sure that all that mask is out and all the colour is out. So I hope you're going to be brave enough and try something out, especially the blondes. Like this will only last me about 2 or 3 washes, I'd say, so I don't mind, and it'll probably be lovely the way it's going to wash out. So we'll see what way it's going to wash out.